Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Nicole, and today we're going to get our bodies moving and all stretched out with a yoga session focused on our shoulders and a little bit of twisting. So this is a great session for those of you that play softball or baseball, but really it's great for everyone. So before we get started, make sure that you have a bottle of water nearby. So anytime that you get tired or thirsty, feel free to take a break whenever you need to. Grab water when you need to. Also, I won't be playing any music in the background here because it gets a little bit muffled over the recording. So feel free to play your own inspiring, motivating music while we go through our session today. So we'll get started doing a really simple breathing exercise that is helpful anytime that you're feeling really stressed out about school or family life, or maybe it's that you're really stressed out or nervous before a game. This is great to do just a couple of moments anytime you're feeling that stress or that anxiety come into the body. So let's get started. As I'm seated here, just in this easy cross-legged position, bring the palms onto the thighs and sit up nice and tall. Close the eyes and let the shoulders come away from the ears. We'll start by taking 2 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. When you're ready, begin to inhale, fill up the belly, the chest, the back of the throat. Exhale through the mouth. And don't be afraid to be really loud here as we sigh it out. One more time. Big, deep inhale, filling all the way up. And exhale, let it go. From here, close the lips. Just breathe naturally. And take a moment to relax the entire body. Anywhere you're feeling tense or tight, see if you can just let that go. And gently begin to bring both hands to your upper belly, what we call the diaphragm. As you inhale, think about pushing the belly out, filling it up with air like a balloon. And as you exhale, gently softening and bringing the belly in towards the spine. Inhale, expand the belly. And exhale, soften. Just continuing that breath. Breathing deeply. And bringing all of your attention to the movement of your hand and your belly. The rise as you inhale. And the fall as you exhale. As all of your attention comes to this movement of the belly and the breath, begin to let everything else go. Anything you're stressed about, just letting that all go and just concentrating on that up and down of the belly. Let's take one more breath here. And at the bottom of your exhale, let your hands come back onto your thighs. You can blink open the eyes here. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, slowly bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. Stretching out that left side of the neck. And exhale, gently roll the head down. And all the way over to the left, stretching out the right side of the neck. Begin to move with your breath here. Inhale, roll the head down and back on over to the right. Exhale to the left. One more time. Inhale right. And exhale left. And slowly roll the chin down to the chest. And inhale, bring the head back up to center. Bring both hands onto your shoulders here. As you inhale, slowly begin to circle the shoulders, the elbows forward. See if you can maybe even get those elbows to touch as you come forward. Nice, big, smooth, deep breaths. And then begin to reverse your circle, sending those elbows backwards. Big circles. Moving slowly and with the breath. Gently bring the elbows back to center. Inhale, extend the arms long and out wide. And as you exhale, begin to interlace your fingers together. Press your palms away from your body. Find a little wiggle here in the arms, rocking into each wrist. Really getting those all nice and stretched out. And inhale, press your palms away from your body, round your spine, look down at your belly, really push your shoulders towards the back wall. And inhale, send the palms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, take a little hinge over to your right. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, over to your left. Inhale, rise to center. Exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Begin to roll over your knees. Make your way into a tabletop position. So I'm going to be switching positions a little bit here, facing forwards and sideways, but you can stay in the same position the whole time. Good. Begin to come into your tabletop here. Bring your shoulders right over your wrists and the hips over the knees. Make sure your knees are about hips width distance here. Inhale, slowly drop your belly down towards the floor. Lift your gaze up towards the sky. And exhale, pull the belly in, push the floor away. Inhale, slowly sink the belly low. And exhale, dome and round the spine. One more time. Inhale into your cow pose. Exhale to cat. Inhale, come back into your tabletop pose. Slide your left hand a little bit closer towards the center of your mat. Inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the sky, twisting open. Take some circles here with the wrists, rotating it one way and then the other. Good. And as you exhale, send your arm underneath your body. Good. Bring your shoulder all the way down to the floor. Good. Getting that nice stretch behind the shoulder blades. Your left hand can reach up towards the top of your mat if that feels good, or you can keep it right underneath your shoulder. This is called threading the needle. Taking a couple deep breaths here. And slowly slide your left hand back underneath your left shoulder. Inhale, press up, twist open again. And exhale, release your hand back down. Slide your right hand towards the center of your mat. Inhale, reach the left arm high, twisting open. Find some circles here in that wrist. And then exhale, send the arm underneath the body. Bring the shoulder all the way down to your mat. And maybe reaching your right fingertips all the way up towards the top of your mat. Think about relaxing that space between the shoulder blades. And begin to bring your hand underneath your shoulder. Inhale, press up, twist on open. And exhale, release into your tabletop pose. From here, we're gonna find a downward facing dog. Begin to tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Bend into one knee and then the other. Keep on switching it out, walking out your dog, stretching out the backs of those legs. And then start to sway the hips from side to side, just rocking right to left, wagging your tail in your downward facing dog. Good. And then come into stillness here in your downward facing dog. See if you can press your hips, your seat all the way up towards the ceiling, creating that mountain shape with your body. Let's take one breath here. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Inhale, shift forward. Come into a plank pose. Bring the shoulders over the wrist. See if you can make your body nice and flat here. We'll pause here for just a couple of breaths, getting those abdominals, the core worked out. And slowly come down onto your knees, untuck your toes, and make your way all the way onto your belly. Good. Begin to clasp your hands behind your back. Good. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. And inhale, peel your chest up off of the ground. Really think about reaching your knuckles towards your heels, but keep your gaze down at your mat to keep the neck long. Exhale, release. Bring the hands next to the rib cage. Inhale, press into your hands. Straighten the arms, coming into our high cobra pose. Notice if your shoulders are way down here by the ears. See if you can push the floor away. Get nice and tall. Maybe even your kneecaps lift off of the ground. Exhale, release to the belly. Inhale, press up, tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips back to downward facing dog, that nice mountain shape. On your inhale, lift your heels high, coming up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward towards your hands, and begin to tiptoe your feet all the way to the top of your mat, bringing the feet behind the hands. Inhale, find a halfway lift. See if you can flatten out your spine like a tabletop. Exhale, fold, reach for the ground. Take a big deep bend in your knees, rest your belly onto your thighs. Grab for opposite elbows here, just letting the body hang over the legs. Maybe finding that little sway from side to side if that feels good. And come back to center. Release your fingertips towards the ground. And inhale, slowly roll on up as slowly as you can. Coming all the way to the top. I'm going to turn forward here so you guys can see me better. At the top, begin to roll your shoulders up by your ears and slide your shoulder blades down your back. Bring your palms to face forward. Spread the fingers wide. Good. Go ahead and lift up and spread your toes and softly bring them back down onto the ground. Inhale, sweep the arms high and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, begin to sit your hips low like you're sitting back into a chair, into our chair pose. Bring all the weight into your heels. Draw your belly up and in. Reach those fingertips forward. See if you can sink the hips a little bit lower, getting those legs nice and warmed up. As you inhale, reach your fingertips high towards the sky. Big, deep inhale. Exhale, begin to goal post your arms. Think about squeezing the shoulders down. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, cactus and goal post. One more. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, begin to rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, hinge over to your right, taking a little side bend. Perhaps looking up and over the shoulder towards the ceiling. Inhale, rise to center. And exhale, hinge over to your left. Inhale, rise, mountain pose. And exhale, dive forward with a flat back. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Lengthen and flatten out that spine like a tabletop. Exhale, fold and release. From here, take a big step back with your left foot. Good. So the right foot is forward, left foot is back. Bring your back knee down onto the ground, untuck the toes. Plant your left hand firmly into the ground. Inhale, sweep your right fingertips high, just like we did earlier in our tabletop pose. Good. Really twisting open. And if you want to challenge yourself, you can begin to tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. Think about squeezing those thighs together. One more deep inhale. Exhale, release your palm and your knee down to the earth. Good. Exhale, begin to straighten into your right leg, coming into a half split. Make sure your hips are right over your knees. Toes are pointed up towards the sky. If this feels like too deep of a stretch, then come on up. Bring the hands to the thighs, or you can even bring the hands up to the hips. Make sure you're listening to your body, so nothing should hurt, nothing should be painful. All right, couple of breaths here. And inhale, walk your hands forward, bend into your right knee. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. On your inhale, begin to rise. Stack the shoulders over the hips. Bring the arms by your ears into our high crescent lunge. Good. We're high up off of our back heel here. We're on our tippy toes. Our hips are forward. Good. Arms are by the ears, but relax the shoulders. Good. Take a nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, bend and goal post the arms. See if you can tap your back knee to the floor. Inhale, use those leg muscles to come all the way back up to our high lunge. Exhale, bring your right hand onto your right hip. Take a little hinge over to your right. This will test out your balance a little bit here. Inhale, rise to center. Exhale, spin your back foot flat. Open your arms wide to the horizon. Warrior two. Take a look down at your right knee. Make sure you can see your big toe and your second toe. Good. Shoulders are right over the hips again. Arms are reaching wide in opposite directions and looking forward towards the front hand. And begin to spin your palm up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach up and back. Reverse your warrior. The back hand rests softly on the back leg. Keep that deep lunge into the front leg. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your elbow down to your thigh. Reach those left fingertips all the way overhead for extended side angle. See if you can get one long line of energy from your heel all the way through your fingertips. Good. Inhale, begin to reach up and back. Reverse your warrior. Once again, we'll move with the breath here. Exhale, back to extended side angle. One more time. Inhale, reach back, reverse. Exhale, reach forward, extended side angle. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel your arms down and step back to the top of your mat. Inhale, find a halfway lift, lengthen and flatten. Exhale, fold. Take a big step back with your right foot this time, left foot forward. Bring your back knee down onto the ground, untuck the toes. Plant your right hand to the ground. Inhale, twist open, reach those left fingertips high. Into our simple twists. Good. If you want to challenge yourself here, tuck the toes, lift that back knee high. One more breath, inhale. And exhale, release. Palm and knee to the ground. Good. Begin to straighten into your left leg. Send the hips back into our half split. Remember, you can always walk the hands up to the thigh or to the hips. Nice deep breaths here. Big deep inhales. Big deep exhales. Inhale, begin to walk yourself forward into your low lunge. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Inhale, begin to rise, coming all the way up into our high lunge. Once again, we're high up off of that back heel. Hips are facing forward, arms by the ears, but relaxing the shoulders. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend those elbows. See if you can tap the back knee to the floor. Inhale, rise, lift back up. Exhale, bring your left hand onto your left hip and find a little side stretch here. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, spin your back foot flat, open the arms wide. We're back to our warrior two. Once again, look down, make sure you can see your big toe, your second toe. Arms reach in opposite directions, gazes forward. Begin to flip your left palm up towards the sky. Inhale, reach back, reverse your warrior. That back long leg stays strong and straight. Inhale here. And exhale, cartwheel the elbow down. Lift your right fingertips overhead, extended side angle. Creating that long line of energy from the heel through the fingertips. We'll begin to move with our breath here. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse. Exhale, hinge forward, extended side angle. Inhale, reach back. And exhale, forward. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down and step to the top of your mat. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time, inhale, begin to rise. Sweep the arms wide and overhead as you come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. And begin to release the arms down by your sides. As you inhale, begin to sweep your right arm back and up. Finding some shoulder circles here. And reverse the circle. Good. One more rotation. And release your arm down by your side. Good. Begin to rotate that left arm back. Inhale as the arm comes up. Exhale as it comes down. And reverse the circle. Sending that arm forward. One more rotation. And release your arm down by your sides. Good. Begin to ground down through your left foot. Rise on the tippy toes of your right foot. As you inhale, lift your knee up towards your hip. Reach the arms up overhead. Flex your foot towards your shin, coming into our one-legged mountain pose. Good. We're nice and strong and stable here. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. See if you can send that right leg back behind you and extend it long, coming into warrior three pose. Flex the toes, lift the heart a little bit. See if you can stay nice and steady. One more breath. And inhale, slowly rise all the way back up. Good job. Shake out those legs, shake them out, shake them out, shake them out. Perfect. Okay. Begin to rise onto the ball of your left foot. Good. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, lifting that left knee up. Try to get it in line with the hip. Flex the toes back towards your shin. Into our one-legged mountain pose. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. See if you can swing that leg slowly behind you. Straighten into that left leg, coming into our warrior three pose. That back leg stays straight and strong. One more breath. And inhale, slowly rise up. Great job, everyone. Shake it out. Inhale, sweep your arms high overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Begin to sink your seat low towards your heels, coming onto the balls of our feet. Feel that nice stretch in the bottoms of our feet. Our feet do a lot of work for us every single day, and they don't get a lot of love often. So it's good to stretch them out once in a while. Right, one more breath here. Go ahead, plant your hands into the ground. On your inhale, see if you can jump back to a plank pose. Awesome job. Come down onto those knees. And we're going to lower all the way to our belly once again. Good. Clasp the hands behind the back. This time, exhale all of your air out. And as you inhale, see if you can lift the chest and the feet up off of the ground into our locust pose. Remember to look down at your mat. Keep the neck nice and long. One more breath. And exhale, release. Bring your right cheek down onto the mat. Bend your knees and windshield wiper the feet, right to left. Come back to center. Release the feet to the ground. You can do another round of locust like we just did, or if you want to challenge yourself a little bit, we'll come into floor bow pose. So bring your chin down to the mat. Bend into both knees. See if you can grab the outside edges of the feet. Walk the knees in. Exhale all of your air out. Inhale, begin to kick into your hands. See if you can come up into this little floor bow pose. Perhaps even coming onto that soft edge of the belly as you come up. One more breath. And exhale, release. Left cheek onto the mat. Bend the knees, windshield wiper the feet, right to left. Good. Release the feet down to the ground. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, press up to tabletop. As you exhale, bring your big toes to touch. Bring your knees as wide as the mat. Sit back onto your heels. Bring your forehead down to the ground for a child's pose. Beginning to stretch out the back in the opposite direction that we just did. Come back to that movement of the breath, feeling the belly rise and expand as you inhale. And soften as you exhale. One more breath here. Inhale, rise into your tabletop. And as you exhale, just sit off to one side. Swing your legs forward. Make sure there's enough of your mat behind you. As you inhale, reach your fingertips forward. And exhale, slowly lower for a count of 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming all the way down on to your mat. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock, side to side. And then bring the soles of the feet down to the floor. Good. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. As you inhale, reach your fingertips overhead. And as you exhale, bend your elbows and cactus your arms, just like we were doing throughout the class, coming into that goalpost shape with the arms. The backs of the hands can just rest on the ground. If this hurts in the shoulders at all, then just bring the arms down by your sides. We'll take a couple of breaths here. One more breath. And inhale, reach your fingertips overhead. Exhale, bring your arms down by your sides. Slowly bring your knees up towards the ceiling. Walk your feet wide towards the edges of your mat. Bring your arms out to a T. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, let both knees fall over to your right. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale over to your left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, bring the knees back up. And exhale, let both knees fall over to your right. Begin to bring your gaze over to the left, finding a deeper twist. Just letting those knees relax onto the ground. Try to keep your shoulder glued to the floor. Maybe close the eyes here. Begin to let everything slow down. Coming back to that movement of the breath. Inhale, bring the knees back up to center. And exhale, let both knees fall over to your left. Bring your gaze all the way to your right. Finding that deep twist. Slowly come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Once again, find that little rock right to left. And then begin to make your way into a tiny little ball. Bring your forehead up to your knees. Squeeze everything together. Hold your breath. Tense all of your muscles. And then exhale, let it go. Into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Let the legs come out long. Bring the arms down by your sides. Flip the palms up towards the ceiling and move the arms away from the body a little bit. Relax the forehead and the jaw. And let everything be still. in our Shavasana, our final resting pose. If you want to stay in Shavasana, stay right here. But if you have to move on with your day, begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll out your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Full body stretch like you're just getting out of bed. And then exhale, roll onto one side, your favorite side. Bend into the knees, use your arm as a pillow. Here in our fetal pose. Let's take one breath here. Big deep inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, slowly press yourself up into a seat exactly the way we started. Bring the hands to heart center, close the eyes. Just take a moment to notice how you feel. How does your body feel right now? How does your mind feel right now? And let's take a moment of gratitude, pulling one thing to mind that we're truly grateful for, that we really appreciate in our lives. Inhale, sweep your arms wide and overhead. Think about scooping up all that gratitude. Exhale, bring it into your heart. From my heart to yours, with light and love, namaste.